Hello there. I think I might have just got cut off at the start. I was so overzealous about hello thereing. What am I talking about? Hello thereing, everyone, man. Like, it's just super. It's a huge hello there to all of my homies out in Kent, the county of Kent. What am I talking about? Hello there. I'm Vigalius, and I'm going to leave all of that in. I saw a tweet this morning. It's rare that I see one of those based tweets. Yeah, that's right. Just call me a Twitch streamer because I just use the term based. It's rare that I see a tweet that I agree with nowadays. Very rare. But it was one of those memes, another one of those ones with the guy from Tangled, with all the swords pointing at him saying, name an X opinion that will get you in this position. And the opinion was, I'm going to have to look it up because I can't remember the very quote verbatim. Okay, so the opinion was, stop calling your busy friends fake. We aren't 16 anymore. People have responsibilities. I largely agree with this. I do agree with this, actually. Yes, I do. I'm an adult. I have things to do. I have a life. I have a kid. I have a family. I have a job. I have a car. I have all of these things to maintain. And there are only 24 hours in the day, and I'm supposed to be getting at least 8 hours of sleep a night. That happening though, dude, never does, and never will. Although I will say, I think it's contextual. This is like the console war of sociable people on the internet. Like it's Xbox versus PlayStation. It's like people who think that no, you're a fake friend because you're not putting the effort into people, and people who feel like, oh, I have so much to do, I'm sorry I can't do this. I think it's odd that people can't just understand that maybe it's just contextual, and sometimes people have more responsibilities than others, or people are better at time management, or they have a better, and I was taught this term, social battery than other people. I say that as if I'm being sarcastic. I understand that it's a thing. I have outstanding messages from people that go months back because I don't have it in me. And that's the thing. I think one part of it that a lot of people don't take into consideration is just this mental exhaustion. It's like, yes, I have things to do, I have things to maintain, I have plates to spin, but man, it's tiring doing that, I do have a bit of I guess I'm understanding the social battery notion now. It's like a battery, and you use it, you speak to people, and for some people, and I'm one of those people, when I have conversations with people I don't know, it requires more effort. It requires more from me because I wouldn't consider myself to be a particularly sociable person, and I'm not very good at constructing those sentences and coming up with things that sort of apply to the conversation, which sounds ridiculous because I have a channel where, like, I just sat here, this is the third time that I've given my opinion on something, and I'm constructing these notions. I don't have notes. I don't have a script. I just connect words together constantly because in this context it makes sense to me. I know that for a lot of people it doesn't make sense to them, like, oh my god, why are you sticking a mic in my face? I don't know what to say. But for me, when I'm just sat in this room and just given the ability to just think and trail and think and talk, which I love doing, I absolutely adore doing, I can just keep going. And when it comes to, like, when I read a book and I think about the subtext and what's being said and the notions presented and things like that, there's so much to think about and so many things that I can construct from that, because in isolated experiences, in very introspective experiences, I have a lot to say and think. But when it comes to chaining what I'm saying together with what someone else is saying, particularly someone I don't know, I just struggle with that a little bit because it's more innocuous and it's not contemplative and it's not introspective, and I'm not creating like these grand notions. I'm having a chat with someone, and so I have to like walk it back and scale it back, and I struggle with that. I struggle with just being like, yeah, man, the weather sucks, yeah, it's awful. I can't do that. I also have like a bit of a distaste for sort of cliche, innocuous platitudes. I don't like just saying stuff for the sake of saying it, for lack of a better term, white people jokes. I'm just not good at them, and I don't like doing it. So I always have to like have this grand thing to say, and a lot of people don't like that. It can be a bit too intense for a conversation, and it can be a bit of a bit of a downer sometimes, you know, when you're talking about like, oh, the weather sucks. I'm like, yeah, man, for seasonal depression it really feels very claustrophobic. Actually, there's a sort of metaphysical state to it. Well, and like you get into it, it's like, shut up, dude, I just want to talk about how the weather sucks, or you know, like talking about petrol prices and it's all just, you know, companies making up this false notion that they don't have enough money to keep it going, but they make record profits. You know, you just tail off. And in retrospect, in regards to a commentary, this conversation that I'm having now, then it makes sense. But having a chat with someone, I just can't do it. So I'm actually not that great, excuse me, socially. I don't know what happened to my body there. And so, yeah, I have a battery to it, and it runs out, and it can be exhausting. So it's not just not having time, it's using all of your social interaction points in the Bethesda game, and just being exhausted by the end of it. I just can't. I'm sorry, I don't have it in me. And that's why I haven't messaged you back. I'm sorry about that. And I'll see everyone later.
The PlayStation's only $149, and you can also get leading titles.